are working currently to enroll women, adolescent girls in Indonesia for an HPV vaccine study.
Okay.
It's a reduced dose approach. So we've already done 2 small studies. This is a big pivotal study to prove what we expect to be true, which would be that 80% less vaccine injected into the skin produces a non-inferior level of immunity versus a full dose. And that helps stretch supply and save money. And that vaccine is hugely important because women in lower middle income countries, it's the second leading cause of death, cervical cancer.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Very important vaccine that's highly effective. We're also working to begin enrollment this year in Brazil for an influenza approach, also
Okay.
fractional dose. We have an enrollment that will start with a U.S. government development called Venezuelan equine encephalitis vaccine. One of our cancer collaboration partners is preparing for phase 3 study with the FDA for cervical cancer.
Wow.
So lots going on, and I could keep going, but
Wow.
but it's busy, yes.
How about just replacing needles globally? I mean,
That pretty old simple concept.
every time I think about you, like if I see something pop up on LinkedIn or, I'm reminded about you or PharmaJet, and I'll see something, I always think to myself, what's the benefit of continuing to use a needle? Like, why wouldn't you? And I know I asked you that question on the last one, but I just don't understand why we wouldn't just replace needles and use your device. It's more comfortable and it's faster to market. It improves performance, all the stuff you got on your website. Why are we still using needles? I guess is my short question.
Yeah, I think to be a ubiquitous company takes a long time and it costs lots of money. So how long ago did we all start using the internet? It was CompuServe in 1991 when I finished business school, and then people had AOL accounts and. So I think there's evolution of markets that take some time. Whether or not it's Google or it's Uber or all these household names that we think it was always there, it took some time. I think increasingly for DNA vaccines to come to market, they'll come to market with PharmaJet's needle-free jet injection technology because we help increase the immune response so significantly versus needles. Needles just don't move the bar at all. So there will be categories of infectious disease, cancer, autoimmune, allergy indications during this coming decade. And therefore, we will be the standard of care, the only standard of care there. But in other places, some people don't care about whether or not it's a needle or a needle-free. Some people are deathly afraid of needles.
Right.
So I think it just depends on the environment. And then in certain countries, there's massive pass-along disease risk with needle stick or reuse.
Right. Yes.
And we have just enormous support for our intradermal product in places like Pakistan and Somalia. We're rolling out in Nigeria right now. Where the environments are sometimes really, really challenging.
But is there any reason why eventually every doctor's office, like if I go to my family doctor and he's like, hey, you need your tetanus shot or whatever, I don't know, like they wouldn't just use your device instead of a needle? Is there any reason to think why we couldn't eventually just get there for every type of shot?
I think we can get there, but it's going to be a little bit longer. And there isn't that kind of 100th monkey approach where you need a statistically significant number of people and or data or studies to make a ubiquitous claim.